In today's video, I will be exposing the 4 keys, the secrets to escaping the solo entrepreneur trap and actually living the life of freedom and abundance that you signed up for when you became an entrepreneur. A lot of solo entrepreneurs get into the game thinking that my business is simple enough. I can scale this myself. I can use AI. I don't need other people and other hands on deck. I can do this all me. Most entrepreneurs love having control. They love making things as simple as possible and reducing their overhead as much as possible, but that is limiting their scale to achieve what is maximally achievable and within their very grasp if they let go of that control a little bit. So the first thing you need to do is you need to duplicate yourself with AI. Before I was using AI tools, when I thought I was above and beyond AI tools and that I was too cool for the new innovation, I lacked a lot of clarity. I had very few feedback loops in my life that were directly accessible and incredibly generative. Anytime I have any idea, I talk to my AI assistant. I tell it what's on my mind. I tell it what I'm trying to formulate and how I'm trying to formulate it. And it gets right into it for me. That email I'm trying to write, boom. In the tone I told it that I wanted, I just spoke what I wanted to express. That's a lot faster than typing it and thinking and formatting. It does all of that for me. Any task that I'm giving to any of my employees, I just talk to it and copy and paste what it gave out. Any Instagram description, etc., etc. Why are you taking executive level thought process and energy and putting it into tasks that a $20 a month tool could use or a $6 VA could do, or something that you could scale 10x, 100x if you had specialty roles in place? It's literally not worth your time and energy. You would be better off being a salesperson for someone else so that you don't have to fulfill the actual thing, right? AI tools will change your life, guaranteed. Next, we have AMs. AMs are automation managers. I promise you, you have at least a dozen things that you do repetitively and frequently that you wouldn't have to do if you automated them out. What you need is not only an automation tool like an AI, you need an AM. You need someone in charge of that automation. You need someone who can create that automation. For instance, I have a client right now whose primary sales channel does not allow him API access. When I tell you, this is one of the most frustrating things I personally have encountered or he has encountered, because they publicly say they have this, but they don't, right? So a solution has to be created to circumvent that problem, and that is almost always an AM. This person was able to build a scraper that not only scraped out all of their product data, which I took my own time and energy to try to do and did decently sufficiently to begin with, but because I finally stepped back and was like, why am I doing this when I know AMs exist? Spend 5 hours to do something that a machine will do 5 to 10 hours a week automatically for free in perpetuity. Now, for a VA, VAs are a lot cheaper than AMs. For instance, I have a resale store where if I take the product images, I can have my VA then go in and list that into my cross lister, which then will put it on 5 marketplaces. I could do that myself, but it's going to take 5 minutes to do that per task, and there's hundreds of products, when I could pay someone $6 an hour to do that for me. So the way you find a VA and the way you find an AM are the same. You're going to go to Facebook groups titled virtual assistant jobs. Another major key one is the Go High Level Jobs group chats on Facebook. Then you're not going to be paying PH Jobs $65 a month to be getting VAs when the same VAs are on these platforms. And unlike Upwork, you pay them directly, so you're not also paying premium fees for those marketplaces, because those people are losing a significant percentage of what you're paying them to the marketplace. VAs and AMs have changed my whole business. Once I had VAs and AMs in place, I actually had an agency. But when I was just using an AI, it was just me and an AI running my marketing agency. I was really a glorified consultant or a glorified freelancer. Most solo entrepreneurs are glorified freelancers, and they aren't getting paid the respect that an agency would, so they can't charge premium prices like an agency would. You're using all of your time and energy, you're getting absorbed in your work, and you're not actually getting the outcomes that you want because you are probably stressed. You're probably frustrated by the operation not going how you want it to. You're probably not living in the freedom and abundance that you actually wanted when you signed up to be an entrepreneur that allows you to scale and to then having specialty roles fulfilled. An AM is like a specialty role, but specialty roles are if you run a marketing agency, you have a media buyer. So, that being said, how do you find specialty roles? Specialty roles, in my experience, are best found through network. You can message me on Instagram at Clarity Media CEO if you need particular roles fulfilled, and I can help you fulfill those roles. Sometimes you find out that your VAs have specialty role skills or they're part of a team somewhere that also have specialty roles available. Another keynote I want to add is that both for VAs and SRs, you can find these people by going on X and type, I need X role. Twitter, do your thing, or anything of that nature. I need a graphic designer. Twitter, do your thing. You will have hundreds of messages of people who parse those platforms every day to fulfill specialty roles for your operation. It's literally that simple, y'all. I know that, especially when you're in the solo entrepreneur stage, it can be hard to justify these expenses because you're probably constantly running the equation in your head of how far your capital is going to stretch and things of that nature. But you are spreading yourself thin. So you're not able to stretch yourself as far as you think you can stretch your capital because you're focused on survival mode. You're at step 0 of the hierarchy, but I promise you, when you are down here with specialty roles fulfilled, all you have to do is sell. All you have to do is increase how many leads you have coming in, which ideally you have SRs doing for you. So, that being said, if you want more information about unlocking the 4 keys to clarity and escaping the solo entrepreneur trap and positioning yourself as a specialist, as an expert, as an agency, as the go-to authority in your space and not just being a glorified freelancer, I want you to go ahead and subscribe. I want you to drop a comment with any questions you have. I want you to follow me on Instagram at Clarity Media CEO and DM me the word clarity, and we'll get right to it. Thank you for watching. Peace and prosperity. Much love. Stay faithful, and I'll see y'all next time.